Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Star Agent Starco Gaming here, back with another Marvel Future Fight video. Guys, make sure to check the description below the video for the link to our giveaways, and don't forget to hit the sub and like button if you enjoy the content, show your support to the channel. So guys, today what I want to do is actually something that being requested from my viewers a lot. We're gonna do a best team for a video about the best team for every single Alliance Battle Extreme day on the calendar. There's actually 14 rounds, so we're gonna go from round 1 to round 14 with explaining the best lead, the best characters, and the best team up, pretty much. So that's what we're gonna do, guys. And this is about the ultimate best team, guys. It's not about free-to-play friendly or anything like that. I do plan to do more Alliance Battle Extreme guides with lower characters as they are released in the future update. Well, pretty much for every characters that can reach 100,000 points in Alliance Battle Extreme for all the free-to-play players or people who don't actually care about scoring more than 100,000 points. But this video, it's for everybody that are looking at the best possible teams for Alliance Battle Extreme. So let's start with round 1, guys. Round 1 is Blast Supervillain. So you need Magneto lead at tier 3 with Cyclops for his tier 1 passive that gives 15% energy attack increase to your all allies, and Euless Claw. Euless Claw actually increase your critical, I think it's critical damage of your team, which is very useful for this team. So team number 1, guys, for round 1 is Magneto lead, Cyclops, and Euless Claw. Now if we move to team number 2, give me a sec, guys, just gotta adjust my window here just a little bit. Okay, I'm good. You don't see it, but I got something else on my screen, so I know I'm giving you all the proper information here. Okay, so round 2, it's no restriction. No restriction is Nick Fury lead. He has the I think it's 50 or 55% increase increase all attack to apply to all hero allies, and he has the tier 2 passive that increase all damage done to supervillain type character by I think it's 55% with the uniform. 50% always mix both the leadership and the actually tier 2 passive, but anyway, that gives you 105% damage increase pretty much here. Then the best characters to actually run in this team is Luna Snow, tier 3 Luna Snow, with either CTP of Rage or CTP of Energy. You can get your max score pretty easy, and she's pretty much the characters that can actually score the highest possible number in Alliance Battle Extreme. And the maximum I've seen so far is 12 million in Alliance Battle Extreme. I know the cap is 3.5 million, but still 12 million is something. And the best support character to put in this team is a White Fox, which increase the damage done to supervillain type characters by 60% for characters with the leadership ability, and Luna Snow does as this ability. Now for move to the next day. Next day is Universal Superhero. So first, leadership. Hyperion lead is number 1 since he got reworked. His leadership is actually stronger than it was before. I don't remember the exact number. I think it's 45% if I'm not mistaken. It's just the best lead for this day. Then the best characters to go with that is tier 3 Thor. Tier 3 Thor and Captain Marvel pretty much similar here, but since Thor got his new uniform, endgame uniform, his damage is just a little bit stronger in Alliance Battle Extreme than Captain Marvel, in my personal opinion. And then you have White Fox, not White Fox, Ghost Panther. Damn, I gotta fix my writing here, guys. Ghost Panther. There we go. You don't see the writing, but I'm working on the text version too to put on my Discord channel, so that's why I make sure to correct my mistake right there. So Ghost Panther actually gonna increase, well, it's here, 2 passive increase damage done to super violent type character by 45%. Okay, so day round number 4, we have Combat Superhero. This one is pretty simple, guys. She-Hulk lead for the 60, I think it's 60% increase to all attack to well, increased damage done pretty much to all allies. Then you have tier 3 Captain America. Obviously, the best on Captain America is actually CTP of Rage for that day, and the Valkyrie as a team up for the 45% increased damage to super violent type character with the tier 2 passive there. This one is pretty standard, guys. There's no workaround. This one, it's tier 3 Captain America, tier 3 Captain America, and tier 3 Captain America. Now, if we move to round number 5, round number 5 is actually something that most people don't know about. It's Blast Mail, obviously. You want Cyclops lead. Cyclops lead is a little bit better than the actual Star-Lord lead. I know that overall, if you look at both, they look like they give you 50% increase to all attack with their leadership, but they don't. Well, Star-Lord would give you 50%, but Cyclops with his leadership and his tier 1 passive actually give you it's around a 55% increase because for example, if you take the Star-Lord leadership, you take the attack, for example, you have 10,000 attack, you do plus 50% and that gives you 15,000. But if you take 10,000 plus the 35% leadership from Cyclops, then plus the 15% from its tier 1 passive, that actually gives you 15,575. So you can see there's a little, about 5% more damage from having Cyclops as lead because of his tier 1 passive actually had after the lead is added to the attack. Pretty much that's how it works. So Cyclops lead, I wanted to explain that so we don't have an argument about that, guys. Cyclops lead, then we want tier 3 Iron Man is actually stronger than Cable. Yes, it is, guys. I know everybody wants justice for Iron Man, but he is already at the top of the game. Yes, he does need some more love, but he already there in Alliance Battle Extreme with CTP of Rage. He is the #1 for Alliance Battle Extreme Blast Mail. Then obviously Phil Coulson as a support character, tier 2 Phil Coulson, for his tier 2 passive that increased damage done to super violent type character, and I do believe it's 50%, but I'm not actually sure about this one, but I'm pretty sure it's 50%, and actually increase the guaranteed critical rate, if I'm not mistaken, to your team, which is actually quite useful. So that is round number 5. Round number 6, we have Universal Supervillain. Universal Supervillain. First, the leadership is actually Ronin with Captain Marvel uniform. It's the best leadership for that. I actually give, if I'm not mistaken, it's 50% increase to all attack. And then you have tier 3 Thanos with CTP of Rage is the #1 attacker here. And the best team up to actually put with this team is Cole Obsidian. Cole Obsidian. A body mod does not uniform passive increase damage to universal type characters or whatever it says, does not work in Alliance Battle Extreme. It does not. It's been tested. It's been tested and it's been tested by the top players in the game and by myself, and it does not apply to the Beast. The Beast does not have a class. Look at the Beast and you see there is no class in Alliance Battle Extreme, so a body mod cannot work here. And the difference between Cole Obsidian and the body mod damage, pretty much a team up bonus where you get an extra 0.1% from Cole Obsidian. So both team up are actually pretty great, but you get just a little bit more from Cole Obsidian, which is why you go with Cole Obsidian as a team up instead of a body mod. That covers round 6 here. Now if we move to round 7, we have Speed Superhero. Pretty much Speed Superhero is the same as No Restriction. You go with Nick Fury lead, Luna Snow, and White Fox. I don't think I need to explain any of that, guys. I already talked about it in the No Restriction. If we move to round 8 here, we have Beast lead. Well, it's Combat Supervillain. So Beast lead for its, I think it's 50%. Physical attack increase plus its 5th skills will buff your damage at the start of the fight, which is very, very important. Then you have Minerva as the main attacker and the Lizard as the team up. Why Lizard is pretty simple. He's the pretty much the only striker that will do damage there. He's pretty much the only option. That's pretty sad. Uh, Difference in the damage is gonna do as a striker is so minimal. It's ridiculous, but it does do a little bit more damage. So that's actually the best team for round number 8. Now, if we move to round number 9, we are back with no restrictions. So again, Nick Fury lead, Luna Snow, and White Fox. Also, guys, if you do not average on Luna Snow and you cannot reach that 3.5 million, the next best character to actually use in this team, same lead, same support characters, is tier 3 Sharon Rogers. With CTP of energy, at least I can do it. I can do 3.5 million really, really, really easy. I can even push around 4 million with the perfect run with Sharon Rogers. Since I don't average on my Luna Snow, I still use Sharon Rogers, but the number one in damage output for that day is still Luna Snow. We move to round number 10. We have Universal Superhero Female. This one's gonna be pretty simple, guys. Medusa lead, she is the best female Universal lead in the game. Then you have Captain Marvel, tier 3 Captain Marvel. That's gonna be doing all the damage. And the team up is Singularity. The only team up bonus that you actually get something good out of it is pretty much Singularity. So similar to Lizard, that's the only possible option you have here. It's not a big increase, but it's the actual best increase you can actually get there. Now if we move to round 11, that one is weird, guys. Supervillain female, and the leadership is actually Enchantress. Why Enchantress? Because it increased the debuff duration by, I think it's 24% increase the debuff duration that's gonna apply. I think it works with it's debuff or buff, I'm not sure, but I think it works with the fourth skill on Victorious, which helps you doing a little bit more damage, or just help with your bleed damage. I'm not totally sure about this one. I just know that people from top alliances like Dream and all those alliances says use Enchantress. She is the best lead to go with Victorious, which is actually your main character for the damage in there, and Morgan Le Fay, who is the team up that will give you a little bit of extra damage there. Nothing much, but you get a little bit extra damage, similar to Singularity damage increase and Lizard damage increase pretty much. So that is for round 11. If we move to round 12, we have Speed Superhero Female. This one is pretty easy. Misty Knight lead for the 60% increase to cold damage. Then you have tier 3 Luna Snow, obviously, and White Fox. We're not gonna explain White Fox and Luna Snow again. We already did. And Misty Knight is actually the only possible lead for this female superhero. If you don't have Misty Knight at 6 stars mastery, trying to get a good score on female superhero speed, that is just not gonna happen. So she doesn't need to be tier 2, just need to make sure you have her at 6 stars for that leadership. Now if we move to round 13, we have Combat Female. Combat Female is pretty simple. It's She-Hulk lead for the 60% increase to all damage done. Minerva, she is the strongest combat female character there with the CTP of Rage, a little bit stronger than female Captain America. Pretty similar, but a little bit stronger than Captain America female uniform. And then you have Valkyrie as the support character again for the 45% increase to all damage to super violent type characters. So pretty simple there. And the last day of the last round number 14, guys, we have Sin lead. This one is sad, guys. It's only, well, it's Speed Supervillain, and we don't have much choices in Speed Supervillain. In Sin lead will give you 24% increase to physical attack or all attack. I think it's all attack with Sin. So you get, it's the actually best leadership you can get for this day. Then the best attacker for this day is Korat. And the only team up that will give you anything here is actually Red Skull with the speed uniform. This one is totally sad, guys. It is so sad but he is the only one. It won't give you much. It really won't give you much, but that's the only team up you can actually uh, put there pretty much. And guys, that covers round 1 to round 14 of the best possible team for Alliance Battle Extreme. Guys, let me know what you think of this video in the comment section below the video. As always, I want to discuss with you. You can also discuss with me with the current team you're actually running, what you can actually do to make those teams better. You know, if you don't have the characters that are the best, what are your possible other teams that actually can be used? Let me know in the comment section, guys, and I can actually help you with those questions. So thank you for watching, guys. Again, don't forget to hit the sub and like button if you enjoy the content. Show your support to the channel. Make sure to check the description below the video for the link to our giveaways. And on that, Star Agent Starco Gaming is out.